Okay, let's do a review, you guys. It's starting us off talking about some transformations while I try to get this to stay straight. Okay. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, I'm gonna try one more time before we do a new video. Okay, that works. All right, so transformations. Okay, you guys, when we have something that's happening inside the parentheses with x, that is a horizontal transformation. Okay. If it's happening on the outsides, whether it's in the front or in the back, that's vertical. Okay. Vertical and horizontal, and then between the vertical and the horizontal, we've got translations, which is literally our function grows legs and moves left, right, or up, down. Horizontal is left, right. Vertical is up, down. We've also learned reflections. And then learned but not done a whole much of is scales. Okay, so we just kind of learned what they are, a stretch, a shrink, but we really didn't get into them much, especially not equation form. So these are the ones we've gone into. Okay, so here we are. Just remember, when it comes to horizontal stuff that's happening with x, we should question it because it does lie sometimes, a lot of times. Okay. Outside the parentheses, plus 4, that's a vertical shift, up 4. So let's see what we got here. Up 4, translation up 4. Plus 4 inside the parentheses, that's a left 4. So let's take a look, translated left 4. A negative, multiplying by a negative reflects us, okay? If it's in front of the x, if it's inside the parentheses with x, it flips horizontally, meaning it flips, if I had this thingy, it would flip left to be this thingy, which means it flips over the y-axis. So we're reflected over the y-axis, D. And x minus 4. That's going to be a translation to the right because x is a liar, so a minus is not left. That's A. And then the negative in front, that is a vertical reflection, which means that I am flipping from being here to being here over the x-axis. I flip down vertically. It happens to be over the x-axis. That's C. Okay. Now let's look. For each graph, g of x is a transformation of f of x. This is important. This tells us that f of x is the original graph. We need to know that or else we're going to write it wrong. Write an equation of g of x in terms of f of x. So when I come and look at this, either this guy moved down or this guy moved up. But because f of x is the original, we're looking at f of x moving up 1, 2, 3 units. Write it in English and then translate it to math. It's f of x up 3. Over here, this function, here's f of x, down here. How did it get here? Mousetrap move. It flipped over the x-axis. That is a vertical reflection. So that means that there's a negative in front of the f of x outside. Anything outside is vertical. Now here, again, our original is right here, f of x. It seems to have moved down and over to the left. So we've got some down, we've got some left. Compare apples to apples. I pick a point that I can very easily find the matching point on the other graph. And I look at, then I count. 1, 2, 3, down. 1, 2, 3, left. Okay, so that means that I've got my f of x, but the left right is inside the parentheses, a plus 3, the opposite, and then a down 3, a minus 3 right there. Okay, and now D. There's two different ways to think of this one. Let's take a look. Here's f of x. Okay, this is our original guy. This is the point I'm going to use to reference. The one thing I know 100% for sure is the only way f of x is going to transform to become g of x is if it flips vertically. It must flip vertically because this guy is upside down and that guy's right side up. So we definitely have a negative f of x. Okay. Then I draw the middleman. When there are more than one transformations, I don't try to keep it in my head, all right? So let's flip it. I'm going to flip it down. Okay. So after the first transformation, this is what we have. And then now here's where you have two options, all right? From here, you may see this as having gone 1, 2, 3, 4 units to the left. If that's what you see, you'll put a plus 4 here. However, you may also see it as this middle graph right here after the reflection, the vertical reflection. You may see it as flipping horizontally over. Also completely valid, just a different way to see it. So both of these correct answers.